Sinners 2. The supernatural horror that plays with your mind. The candlelight flickered across the cracked walls of St. Aurelia's Asylum, a place long abandoned, yet still whispering with the voices of the damned. Dr. Evelyn Cross, a forensic psychiatrist, stood at the doorway holding an old file labeled simply Project Sinner, Case Nucero 7, Lucian Vale. She had come searching for truth, but in this asylum, truth had teeth. Chapter 1. The Tape. Evelyn brushed the dust off an old reel recorder she'd found in the main ward. She pressed play. The tape hissed, and a man's voice spoke, trembling yet eerily calm. They said I was cured, but the voices came back. The mirror told me the truth. The sin isn't gone. It's alive. The tape ended abruptly, followed by a faint whisper. "Welcome back, Doctor." Evelyn froze. The recorder was unplugged. Something inside her whispered the same words again. Inside her mind. Chapter 2. The Hall of Sinners. She walked deeper into the asylum, flashlight trembling in her hand. The walls were covered in strange Latin phrases written in blood-like ink. Omnis peccator sum infernum scribit. Every sinner writes their own hell. Room by room, she found the same symbol carved into the walls, a circle with 7 crosses. It matched the one on Lucian Vale's file. Lucian had been the asylum ex's most dangerous patient, a priest who murdered 7 members of his congregation, claiming they begged for redemption. But his final statement before disappearing was more chilling than the crimes. My sins are not mine anymore. They belong to those who listen. Chapter 3. The Reflection. Evelyn entered the therapy room where Lucian's sessions had been recorded. A shattered mirror hung on the wall, its fragments glinting like eyes. When she shone her flashlight at it, something impossible happened. Her reflection moved after she did. "Who are you?" she whispered. The reflection smiled. "You already know. You read his words." She stumbled back. The tape recorder in her bag started playing again, though she hadn't touched it. "Confession time, Doctor," said Lucian's voice. "How many sins have you hidden beneath your skin?" The walls pulsed faintly. Breathing. Evelyn screamed and ran out, but every door she opened led her back into the same room. Chapter 4. The Voices Return. She woke hours later, lying on the cold floor of the asylum chapel. Her flashlight was gone. Candles were lit all around her, hundreds of them, flickering in rhythmic patterns. At the altar stood a figure in a black cloak. The hood lifted, revealing Lucian Vale. Eyes hollow, smile serene. "You shouldn't have come back," he said softly. "You're dead," Evelyn whispered. He tilted his head. "Then why can you see me?" The chapel's stained glass windows began to bleed light, red, gold, and black swirling like fire. Lucian stepped closer. "The book of sinners was never closed," he said. "You read my words. Now it's your turn to write." He handed her a small, leather-bound book, its cover engraved with that same 7-cross sigil. When she opened it, the pages were blank. Then, slowly, words began to appear. Dr. Evelyn Cross, Sinner, Year 8. Chapter 5. The 7th Hour. Evelyn dropped the book and backed away. "I didn't do anything wrong." Lucian smiled sadly. "Neither did I, but sin doesn't ask permission." The ground cracked beneath her as a scream, deep and human, echoed through the chapel. Hands emerged from the floor, clawing at her ankles, pulling her toward the altar. The candles blew out. The only light came from the open book, glowing faintly red. "Write your confession," Lucian said, "or let your mind do it for you." She tried to resist, but her hands moved on their own, her pen scrawling furiously across the blank pages. Each word felt like a memory being ripped from her skull. When she stopped, she realized the pages were full. Every secret she'd buried since childhood laid bare in ink. The book closed by itself. Chapter 6. The Price of Forgiveness. Lucien stepped closer, voice trembling. "You've written it now. You're free." But Evelyn looked at the mirror behind him. Her reflection wasn't hers anymore. It was smiling, wide and unnatural. "You lied," she whispered. "You didn't free me. You replaced me." Lucien's eyes filled with pity. Forgiveness always costs something. As the church bell tolled, Evelyn's body went still, her reflection stepping out of the mirror, alive, wearing her face. Lucien bowed his head. "Welcome, Sinner 8. The candles flared, and when they burned out, she was gone. Epilogue. The Visitor. Weeks later, a new psychiatrist named Dr. Harper arrived at St. Aurelia's ruins. The site had been closed for decades, yet he found a single file waiting on the desk. It was labeled, Case du Advocate, Dr. Evelyn Cross. Inside was a photograph. Evelyn smiling in her office, a date scribbled at the bottom. 2 days from now. Confused, Harper turned to leave. But as he did, he heard a faint whisper echo through the hall. "Welcome back, Doctor." The lights flickered, and on the wall behind him the paint began to peel, revealing the same Latin phrase, Omnis peccator sum infernum scribit. Final line, for narration outro. Some sins are born in darkness, others are written in your mind.